Welcome to my Days of Our Lives official. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. The Friday, August 16 spoilers for Days of Our Lives show that Connie Viniski played hooky with her cardboard copy of Li Xin by pretending to be sick, but she also encouraged Gabi Hernandez Dimra to get vengeance over the phone. Gabi forced Kristen Dimra to acknowledge that Stefan Dimra had slept with Ava Vitali as soon as she came at the workplace. Before the formal debut, Gabi threatened to take Gabi Chick to a rival, despite Kristen's suggestion that Gabi was first perplexed. When Kristen at last admitted to the treachery, she told Gabi that Ava and Stefan were ashamed of their one-time error. Gabi lost it and said that if Kristen were in her shoes, she wouldn't put up with any excuses. Melinda Trask met Ava in the town square on Friday's episode of Days, after doing some research and discovering that Connie was a complete liar who had fabricated all of the information on her CV. Melinda maintained that Connie was a liability who needed to be fired since Damra's policy was very clear. Melinda rushed over to Connie's apartment to deliver the terrible news in person after pressuring Ava to notify Gabi. Melinda wanted to enter Connie's apartment to retrieve her laptop and badge after calling her out on her deceit. Melinda was refused admittance by Connie, who was anxious that Trask may discover her cardboard cutout of Lee. On Friday's episode of Days, Gabi was back and she extended an invitation to Ava for lunch, suggesting that Stefan reserve their favorite table at the bistro. Abigail Dimra made an appearance in the living room of the Dimra estate while dressed in a robe. There was conversation about Abigail never being a huge fan of breakfast, but Chad Dimra brought a plate of food that Abigail declined. When Stefan showed there, it was presumed that Chad spent the night at the Dimra mansion to have some solitude with his new female companion. Stefan encouraged Chad to make the introduction when he saw that the lady was wearing one of Gabi's gowns. Stefan was taken aback when Chad revealed they had previously met and insisted that this was Abigail. Stefan gave Chad a strange look as he attempted to persuade him it wasn't true. Off-screen, Chad told Stefan the whole narrative, argued that the DNA test supported this. Stefan was relieved to see Abigail back, even if she had a troubled past. Abigail shook his hand. Chad said that because things were already too stressful, he didn't inform Abigail about Stefan raping her after she went upstairs. Stefan made hints about awful things going on at that place and mentioned a few things Chad should be alerting Abby about. Just before Jennifer Horton Devereux arrived at the Horton residence on Friday's DOL episode, Jack Devereux updated Julie Williams about Abigail's survival. Jack made an effort to get Jennifer ready since Abigail had changed and was memoryless, but Jennifer was determined to see their daughter as soon as possible. When Abigail ventured into the chamber where the stabbing occurred back at the Dimra estate, Chad discovered her and inquired as to why she was there. Abby acknowledged that she was attracted to the room and was shocked to find out that she had been stabbed there. Chad also acknowledged that Clyde Weston, James Reed, was at blame, and Abby was shocked that the guy who was looking after her was at fault. Abigail decided to meet with Jennifer because she was on her way with Jack after Chad informed her that her mother wanted to see. Abigail, or whomever she really is, took out her phone and contacted someone to make sure everything was going as planned as Chad met Jack and Jennifer downstairs. Gabi persuaded Stefan to join her for lunch with Ava at the bistro on Friday's episode of Days, and when she suggested a toast, she called Ava a lying, cheating bitch who had slept with her husband. According to spoilers for Days of Our Lives, Gabi's reign of terror is only getting started. Stay tuned for more predictions about her vindictive schemes. According to teasers for Days of Our Lives, Jack Devereux and Chad Dimra will have to come to terms with some shocking revelations. Now that Jack and Chad have located a prisoner, the first one will arrive, but it will be John Black rather than Abigail Dimra, as they had hoped. John's account of how someone connected to Clyde Weston allegedly kidnapped him from Greece and hidden him in Poplar Bluff should be intriguing to hear. Jack and Chad may have another discussion regarding Clyde's mind tricks and if Abigail is still alive someplace in the aftermath, since they will have a lot on their minds. Sometime in the week of August 5 to 9, Chad and Jack will discover an enigmatic someone listening in on them. Naturally, Annalyn McCord's character, T.K. Mysterious Lady, will be revealed as such. It's not difficult to picture a scene in which Jack and Chad discover someone hiding in the shadows. Day's teasers indicate that Chad and Jack will be very shocked when she comes forward, since they will start to wonder who this person is. Despite the fact that Annalyn McCord doesn't really resemble Marcy Miller, DOOL will presumably act as if they do for the sake of this plot. Chad and Jack will be caught off guard even if we're dealing with a doppelganger or imposter of Abigail. Given that McCord's character name was initially intended to be Maureen, it's probable that she will go by that name. In any case, it is obvious that this lady will not have Abigail's recollections or any kind of memory of Chad or Jack. Before Chad suggests that this lady may be his wife, Jack maintains that she might be his daughter in the weekly teaser video for DOOL. The unidentified lady will find it difficult to believe them and question if they really believe she may be this Abigail person. Will the unidentified lady have amnesia or maybe recollections from a previous life entirely? Will Jack and Chad discover that Clyde may have brainwashed Abigail into thinking she was someone else? Over the years, there have been many mind control plots, but there have also been tales of imposters and mistaken identities. Days will start a guessing competition in which they will ask followers to decide what they think this Abigail lookalike's true identity is. It seems sense for Jack and Chad to want a DNA test at this point. Since Jack is Abigail's father, he may find out whether the mystery lady is his daughter by comparing his DNA to hers. We'll keep you updated on Jack and Chad's future meetings with the mystery lady, as our predictions for the day suggest that they could surprise her with this request for a DNA test. According to teasers for Days of Our Lives, Chad and Jack will keep receiving bizarre news as the plot develops. Melinda Trask met Ava in the town square on Friday's episode of Days after doing some research and discovering that Connie was a complete liar who had fabricated all of the information on her CV. Melinda maintained that Connie was a liability who needed to be fired since Deterra's policy was very clear. Melinda rushed over to Connie's apartment to deliver the terrible news in person after pressuring Ava to notify Gabi. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, so please don't forget to subscribe my channel and don't miss any update.